Hello everyone and welcome to the 5th DevStream Summary video. This is for release 1.61 and was originally streamed on the 29th of October. The goals for this stream were to add all of the new items that were released in the recent Halloween update. If you want to catch these dev streams live, head over to twitch.tv/chaostopsy. I stream every Thursday, 7 PM GMT plus 2. You can find a link to the Twitch in the description. The first thing that we started working on was adding the new items from the Halloween update. This included decals, banners, titles, and a few other things such as tainted metal. This process is almost completely automated, except for a few little things that I need to add here and there, and the images aren't very cooperative. But I am improving with each update, and hopefully one day this whole thing will be completely automated. Here I'm checking that all the items have been added to the app and they're displaying correctly. And then I was searching through decals, making sure that all the images were correct. They weren't, but I'll only notice that later in the stream. Thereafter I went to go look if tainted metal was in the app correctly, and it was, from what I could tell. The description looks right. And this is also where I saw that you can actually refine tainted metal into nanites, which is a pretty cool refining recipe. Next up were the two new titles that were added. They are the Pillar of Light and the Doomed. They both seem to have something to do with derelict freighters, but I'm not 100% sure how you would go about unlocking them. Originally they had the default title icon, which I wasn't too happy with, so I spent some time going in and replacing the images with the new mask that you can unlock from the scrap dealer. I think this ended up looking a lot better than the default title image. And with that, we have the new items from the Halloween update added to the apps. The next thing that I needed to work on was adding all the items that were added into the new items page so that you can easily look through the new items page and see the items that were added. But before I could even get to that, I needed to fix the what is new page. So the issue with the what is new page was that it wasn't showing the current banner that shows in the top right. I also worked on the date that is displayed for each of the what is new items, so that it can give you a better understanding of whether or not the version is available for download, or if the Play Store or the iOS App Store is still processing the update. Recently I got a request from a patron supporter asking if I could show the stats for each upgrade and how they would affect certain things like jetpack boost, sprint, etc. During the stream, we looked through the game files and found where the stats were and were actually getting the values back. But there were a few values that I wasn't sure about, and so we needed to find somewhere that already had the stats so that we could compare our data mined values to make sure that they were correct. While scrolling through the No Man's Sky wiki page for the incinerator, I noticed an image that looked very familiar. It turns out it's a screenshot from the incinerator page on the AssistantNMS web version of the app, which was pretty cool to find, although I didn't find the stats that I was looking for, so it didn't really help me. It did make me realize that there's a lot of work that I still need to do on the web version of the AssistantNMS apps, and I'll probably get to that in the next stream. After a bit more work, we actually got the items to show in the new items page, and this is when I actually noticed that the images for one of the items had been swapped. Luckily we caught it before we made a release for the app. We then spent a few minutes making sure that nothing was broken in this release and that everything that we added was working as expected. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. You guys are amazing. And if you don't know, I am posting weekly dev updates to Patreon as well as early access to videos like this one. So please consider joining if you can. It really helps a lot and it means that I can continue making apps like the Assistant for No Man's Sky. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next DevStream Summary video.